A recent poll shows Americans have the most respect for members of the U.S. military. They hold them in the highest regard, and that esteem is for good reason, and it often comes at a high cost. Our final story here tonight is about two Americans in uniform. They were best friends, and they went off to fight in separate wars.
Travis Manion and Brendan Looney, roommates at the Naval Academy, close as brothers. One became a Marine and went to Iraq, the other a Navy SEAL in Afghanistan. Today, they were reunited, side by side in Arlington National Cemetery.
That's what kind of gets me by, is just knowing that they're going to be together.
On April 29, 2007, while fighting to rescue his fellow Marines from danger, Travis was killed by a sniper.
6 months after Travis died, Brendan tried to express what Travis meant to him.
I was lucky enough to room with Travis at the Naval Academy for 2 years. In a very short time, he became another brother to me. He was a great friend, and I'll forget him, and I miss him.
Brendan did what he had to do. He kept going. He poured himself into his SEAL training and dedicated it to the friend that he missed. He married the woman he loved, and his tour in Korea behind him, he deployed to Afghanistan. On September 21st of last year, Brendan gave his own life, along with 8 others, in a helicopter crash.
Travis was moved to Arlington. Both families were there, the two mothers holding tight to each other. Travis's father, himself a former Marine, spoke their epitaph.
First Lieutenant Travis Manion, USMC, Lieutenant Brendan Looney, United States Navy, warriors for freedom, brothers forever.
The friendship between First Lieutenant Travis Manion and Lieutenant Brendan Looney reflects the meaning of Memorial Day. Brotherhood, sacrifice, love of country. It is my fervent prayer that we may honor the memory of the fallen by living out those ideals every day of our lives, in the military and beyond.
Travis was my younger brother by 15 months, but even though I was the older sister, I really was the younger sibling. I looked up to Travis in many different ways. He always set the example. He led from the front in everything that he did. Travis was on his second tour of duty when he was killed by an enemy sniper on April 29, 2007. He was courageously pulling to safety 2 of his wounded teammates. And for his actions that day, he was awarded the Silver Star.
When you read the citations from Travis's awards and you read what he was all about and what he did, I mean, that imbues and embodies everything that the Marine Corps and servicemen and women are about in general, and the sacrifices they go through for their country. And that's what Travis gave his life for. He believed in our mission over there. He believed in everything he was doing. He volunteered for that deployment, and he gave his life for us. And I think that's important to remember at all times.
Travis lived by the motto of "if not me, then who?" It was after his first deployment to Iraq, when he found out that he was going to have to go back for a second deployment fairly quickly. He said, if I don't have to go back to Iraq, then somebody much less prepared for the job at hand is going to have to go at my place. What we realized is that it wasn't just in that moment, it really was the motto that he lived with every day of his life from a young age. Travis's service and leadership inspired us to create the Travis Manion Foundation. We provide support to our returning veterans. We provide support to families of the fallen. And we also have our Character Does Matter program. The idea is simple. It's about adopting the motto of "if not me, then who?" and applying it into your daily lives. It's about remembering the sacrifices of men like my brother Travis, men like Brendan Looney, and all of the men and women who have given their lives for this country. It's about honoring our fallen heroes through service right here at home.
This particular project through Travis Manion has really set a precedent that you don't have to sit in a seat and wait for anybody else to do what needs to be done. You can volunteer, you can step up, you can step forward and be the one to make a difference and the one to make change.
When I heard the story of Travis Manion and his foundation, it inspired me and my cadets to get out and complete community service. When his sister came to speak to my cadets, she simply stated that his motto was, "If not me, then who?" And it just clicked in my mind. Like, it just made perfect sense. If you don't do it, then who else will do it?
Everybody needs that catalyst, something that gets them into the system of helping someone else out. And once they have a foot in the door, most of the time they won't stop. It only takes that one person to stand up and answer, "If not me, then who?" and start that work.
The Travis Manion Foundation understands that Travis's story and Brendan's story, their story is America's story. They represent all of the young men and women of this generation. And we have a responsibility and an obligation to make sure that their legacies are continued. Each and every one of us can get out into our own communities, adopt the mantra of "if not me, then who?" and be of service right here at home.